Hello, my lovely Scorpios. Welcome to your November 2018 reading. I would like to wish you all a very, very happy birthday month and joyful celebrations and a very, very blessed and productive and fruitful birthday year ahead. So many happy birth returns to you and enjoy your celebrations. I'd also like to say to you that this is a general reading for you, Scorpios. It is a general reading. If you also listen to your rising sign and your moon sign, some months they will resonate more for you than your sun sign will, so that's really important. If you'd like to have a personal reading, you can follow the link below to my website and book a private reading with me from there. November is also a month where you've got All Saints' Day or Halloween being celebrated, the 31st of October and the 1st of November. And in that time, the veil between the worlds is very thin. And that's when our guides, our ancestors, our loved ones can communicate with us in various ways. There's synchronicities that may occur in that time. Also, dreams may be very active and messages coming through in your dream state as well. Sense of intuition is also going to be increased, so that's going to sort of spill through into November as well. And being a water sign and being very intuitive, it'll be really interesting to see what is going to come up for you and what's ahead for you there. So having said that, let's have a look at what's going on for you in November. The first card that is surrounding you is really the situation that is around you is the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups to me is also always quite a joyful card. It's about when we were children. It's about being childlike. It's about reconnecting with the joys and the simplicities of life as children, you know, where a day could seem like a lifetime to a child because they are just so busy with every minute of the day and they live in the now. They go from one activity to the other and find joy in the simplest things. So for you, it could be a time of reminiscing of when you were a child and what were your dreams? What did you daydream about? What did you want to be? Where did you find your joys and your happiness? For some of you, it's about bringing that feeling, reconnecting with that in your everyday life, bringing that back into play, really living for the moment. Finding joy in the simplest things, showing appreciation and gratitude for what's around you, reconnecting with that, reconnecting with dreams that we've had, ambitions that we had as children, and remembering those moments, remembering what it is that we wanted to do before life got in the way, before situations and commitments got in the way and we got off track, because as children we know what we were meant to do when we came down here on planet Earth. So that's really an interesting card to consider and look at. It's being crossed, interestingly enough, by the Seven of Swords, and the Seven of Swords is a theft, is a loss. It's deceit, it's deception. And we immediately think, okay, well, that's a material loss. You know, someone going to steal something from me. It's not that. I feel like with you, this is like it's an emotional loss. It's an emotional theft. Who's draining you emotionally? Who, when you walk away from, you feel really exhausted? Who's draining your energy? Who's taking you? There's energetic theft. Who's taking that from you? It could be a work environment. When you come home from work, you're absolutely exhausted, emotionally and mentally drained. Is that the right place for you to be? It's not feeding you. It's not nurturing you. Are you in a relationship that is emotionally draining? That is physically draining, that you're not happy in, so it's it's taking a part of you. Have you so changed in a relationship, so been so manipulated and changed that you don't know who you are anymore? So that's a theft. That's a loss. But also we need to understand that nobody can take from us what we're not prepared to give. And so on some level that you have empowered this person to lord it over you, to take these things from you. And it's about identifying that dissatisfaction, identifying that situation and making those changes, bringing in change. It could be change of job, leaving a relationship, making changes in your work environment, making changes in the relationship. It doesn't have to be as dramatic as walking away from it. It's about negotiating. It's about reclaiming what is yours. These things often happen without us realizing, because it happens little by little by little by little, and we don't even realize that we are where we are until we stop and really look at it. So if you're reconnecting with how you felt as a child, it might shine a light on just what the situation is around you, where there's this theft of who you are. What's underlying all of that? You've got the Queen of Cups, and that can be a male or female. This is very much your sign here, a water sign. Nurturing, but strength in that nurturing, in a heightened sense of intuition, someone that's caring and loving. And that may be how you were losing part of yourself by being caring and loving and nurturing to other people. You keep giving pieces of yourself away, and now it's time to reclaim them, because there's, not everyone has your best interests in heart. There are people that will use that to their advantage, use what you're naturally wanting to give, because you are that sort of person. So it's really about reviewing that, because, even though it's an emotional sign, the Queen of Cups is quite a strong person as well. So there's strength in that as well. And how, and it also brings about, the Queen of Cups is also highly intuitive. And that intuition, it's going to be that intuition that is going to really help you to discover what the situation is around you, what needs to be changed. It's like an awakening that you're going to get in November. And also how that's going to manifest in your reality is the High Priestess, which is another water sign. It's absolutely fabulous. There's another water sign for you. And in that High Priestess is the great manifester, the great creator, highly spiritual, highly intuitive. So your intuition is going to be heightened here. And that's interesting as to what my introduction was in your reading with Halloween coming, All Saints Day, and the Day of the Dead. It's about that connection. The veil is thinner, and so they're going to come through. You're going to get inspirational thought. You're going to get sensations. You're going to get feelings. You're going to be driven to move in a particular direction, to uncover certain situations that are around you that previously you may not have been aware of, because you're just getting on with things, but really stopping and reflecting what's there, what's happening for you. So you're going to feel a lot of emotion, a lot of intuition, a lot of synchronicities, a lot of messages coming through to you in the first week or so of November, which will be a really interesting time for you to be aware and bring in the changes that are going to benefit you. I feel like, in the recent past, you've got the alchemist or the magician, and I feel like these changes have been coming over the last few months for you. There's things that you've been looking at, change that you wanted to be bringing in and create. So you've been creating that by identifying where you wanted the change to be. You've started to bring in that change, to bring in that awareness. So the changes that are going to come through for you are things that you have created, that you have asked for on some level. You've asked for, and those changes will start coming in. There's also things that have crumbled in the past, situations that haven't worked in your favor, and you've thought, I'm the victim here. Oh, this is awful. Why is all this happening? It's going to start falling into place and making sense for you to bring in this change in November that's going to set you up for 2019, which I really like, which is really, really good. I also feel like in November, your dream life is going to be extremely active. You're going to really be getting messages and information in your dreams, via your dreams, where spirit and your guides, your relatives are going to be communicating with you. So I would strongly recommend you having a dream journal by your bed, and when you wake, as soon as you wake up, make some points on what you've been dreaming, because it's going to be, it's going to link, it's going to create a story for you. For some of you, this anxiety is this resistance to the change that's coming, not wanting to look at what it is that's around you, not wanting to look at the situation, not wanting to break the status quo, but it's keeping you up at night. It's creating anxiety, and anxiety is a fear of the future. Depression is you're living in the past. A fear of the future creates anxiety. So you've got to reconnect with that childlike living in the now energy. Call that in. And live day to day, live in the now, and understand that everything's where it should be now. Absolutely. There's going to be some worry there. So that all depends on the resistance that you have. Now, these changes can come in, and they can come in complete. If you're prepared to really look at it, if you're prepared to really analyze it, the changes that are going to happen are going to be quite big, and you will then reap the benefits of it. If there's resistance and you don't want to look at those changes, well then, this is free will. So you don't have to. This is an opportunity for you to do that, to bring in the change that is going to benefit you and set you up for 2019. So the more work that you do, the more reality you face, the better your situation is going to be as it flows through to 2019. So that's totally up to you. You're in total control here. You're in total control here. You've got the Four of Pentacles here. This is what's coming up for you in the second half of November. And it's about resistance in, or not letting go of. What is it that you're not letting go of? Is it your emotions that you're guarding? Is it your finances that you're guarding, that you're not wanting to let go of? You're guarding it with all your might. Is it, these changes that are coming in, these realizations, this realization that you're giving away your energy and your emotions, and you're feeling emotionally drained. If there's a change of job, is it you keeping your finances close? That plays a part into whether you walk away from your job or make changes in your work environment, walk away from a relationship or make changes in the relationship. Also, guarding your emotions so that you're not heartbroken, so that you're not there's not a huge emotional cost here. But I feel like there's a guarding of emotions here. There's a guarding of, because pentacles are abundance in finance, abundance in happiness, abundance in emotion, abundance in health. It's abundance in all things. And so what in that are you holding on to? Are you guarding? Are you not wanting to release? And why are you not wanting to release it? Why are you not wanting to bring those changes in? What are you protecting yourself from? A lot of interesting questions that are coming from that. And of course, it's going to be different for all of you. And it's going to be different degrees of intensity for all of you. If you manage to really look at what your desires were, bringing in that childlike energy, and having a look at your situation that's around you, reading the intuitive messages that are coming through, because in your gut you know what you need to do, and it's about facing that. It's about facing that. And so doing all of that, what is going to happen is it's going to take you to a point at the end of November where there's new beginnings coming up for you. And here you've got the Fool, which is the first card in the tarot, and he's standing on this precipice, and he's left the past behind, he's moving into the future with nothing but a knapsack, few prized possessions, this crazy dog biting at his ankles here, and you've got behind him, you've got the sun, and the sun is really positive energy. It's with the sun that we have growth. With spring you herald new growth, nurturing of plants, of life. The sun shines light on all aspects, all corners of your life. There are no shadows. You can see everything as it really is, and there's new growth and opportunity there for you in moving forward. It's about for you, my lovely Scorpios, to trust. Trust in moving forward, that you are going to move forward to a better place, to better times, to a better situation. Internally, you're going to be happier with who you are. So have the courage to take that step into this new beginning for you, because there's new beginnings, new opportunities that are going to come from that. And those opportunities are going to come through you feeling different within yourself, better within yourself. Better within yourself. You know, what's in your hopes and fears? You've got the Devil card, and the Devil card is a card of manipulation. It's a card of temptation. What choices and decisions are you making? Are you making them for the right reasons for you? Is there someone that's manipulating you or has a hold on you, which is stopping you from being true to yourself? So you need to ask yourself, who is that person? Why am I allowing that manipulation to happen? Because it doesn't happen without your permission, without you allowing it to happen. Don't forget that. You're in control of this as well. The choices and decisions that are coming up for you, are you making them for the right reasons? Or are you making them because you do not want to release these emotions or this financial situation, or it could be in the form of work, it could be in the form of leaving a relationship, it could be in the form of changing the dynamics of a relationship or the dynamics in a work environment. What is it for you? It's going to be different for each of you. What's holding you back? Really look at that. Really look at that. What, who's manipulating? It's interesting, isn't it? Interesting questions that you're needing to ask yourself in coming to these decisions here in November, because it's going to be a real emotional turnaround for you in November, of really an opportunity to fulfill your desires and re-tapping into those. The more work you put into November, by the time you get to the end of November, you've got the Ace of Pentacles. So good times are coming. Good times are ahead of you in doing this clearing, in doing this work. And obviously the more you do, the more you're going to reap. If you are not ready to look at this, and you may not be ready to look at this, and then that's okay too. It's all about ease and grace. We bite off what we can manage. So don't feel pressured to do it or feel guilt in not doing it. You are where you are, and it's okay. But the more work you do, the more change you bring in, the more you're going to reap in December and in 2019. The more that's going to be ahead for you. The more opportunities are going to be open to you. The more abundance is going to come to you. If you're releasing emotional manipulation and emotional ties, if you're releasing that, an emotional situation that's not suiting you, then there's going to be more emotional situations coming your way that are better for you. If it's a work environment, there's going to be new opportunities for you to make those changes or find new work. So whatever it is for you, you are going to move through into a much better situation, much better opportunities that are going to be ahead for you. And I really like that. I really, really like that. I'm going to now take a card for you on the Angels of Abundance, and this will summarize, there it goes, this will summarize what is up for you, coming up for you, and let's have a look. So it's do the work, which is hugely appropriate, isn't it? Hugely appropriate. Do the work. Let's read that. It's not enough to dream or pray. You've also got to take the positive action steps that you are being divinely guided to take. Consistently working on your priorities will make them flourish like a lush flower garden. Now, how appropriate is that given what is coming up for you? These opportunities are coming up for you. This is what you're going to reap through your intuition, through your inner guidance. There's this opportunity to really tap into your childhood and your wishes and what you were wanting as a child. and to get rid of and eliminate anything that's holding you back, anything that's draining you and preventing you from following your path, following your purpose, following your joy, and really improving the quality of your life. So there's a lot there for you, Scorpios, this month. I hope this reading is going to help you and along the journey of November, and open gateways and doorways for you in December and 2019 that are just going to be absolutely wonderful. So many blessings, many happy returns. Enjoy your birthday, and I will see you next month.